You are going to want to see the footage that I'm going to play for you. Village of Dalton council meeting. Mayor's just going through. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but we've got a good one here today. This is the super mayor who paid a whole bunch of money for a big SUV. And she's taken a $2 million surplus in the budget and run it down to a $7 million deficit. Meanwhile, we've got shenanigans going on. Let's get into it. Here we go. Watch a little video. So to catch up to speed, we've had about 40 minutes worth of council meeting here, Village of Dalton Council, and a regular board meeting. And the mayor is stonewalling the council with information. She's locking people out of their offices. You got an FBI probe going on. Now you've got this meeting. This meeting happened about a week ago. And then since then, we're going to get into that. But here's where we sit. All right. You got a councilman talking about stuff going on.
Next on the agenda, we have mayor's report.
Mayor.
So a couple things. Yes.
I'm sorry. You said it was Trustee Stan, but I had one thing to announce.
You had your turn, so we're moving on now. So now.
Okay, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
You're out of order.
Council member literally just said, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Done. Boom. This is as the mayor is speaking.
It's time for mayor's report. I sat here and I listened to y'all, and now it's the mayor's report. That's so disrespectful. Y'all got to grow up. Just because y'all can't have y'all way, y'all shouldn't act this way. Y'all said all that stuff, didn't mean a word of it, and then you sat here and you did this. That ain't how this go. Y'all do not run the meeting.
You should have thought about that before you had your administrator. Don't give us the information.
You should have thought of that before you didn't have your administration give us the information we need. We've got a whole bunch of financial stuff going back and forth, and the village basically just doesn't know where they sit financially. Gone from a $2 million surplus to a $7 million deficit. Things are not looking good, and the FBI is involved. Let's keep going though.
Let me finish my statement. So it's mayor's report. So it's a lot of great things that we have here in the village of Dalton. And today I want you guys to hear what's going on. Clerk Key, I did not say call any row. It's so disrespectful. So I'm going to tell you about the things that's going on. First, I want to make sure that the residents of Dalton know about the help that's here.
The ayes they are adjourning the meeting. They're basically saying, yep, I'm in on this. I vote yes for ending the meeting.
FEMA is here in the community, and we are here to help you with your storm. Thanks to my proclamation that I made here in Dalton and the proclamation I made at the township, we have a couple things for you. This will be a site at the village, and it will be a site at the township. So I want you guys to know to come and get all the help that you need. So please make sure you come out. September 17th was the day that everybody was asking.
There's everybody just leaving, getting up and leaving right in the middle of the mayor's speech.
As you can see, about how disrespectful people can be or will be, I'm always stand strong. I'm always stay here for the people. So as I was saying, this is a location, and the other location will be at the town.
Okay. Some of the comments on this live stream. You can find this under regular board meeting, Village of Dalton, DOLTON. You got an hour and a half of just shenanigans going on there. It's some wild stuff. Okay. So Dalton Trustees article here, Dalton Trustees at odds with Mayor Tiffany Henyard hold special meeting to approve bills and tax levy, but defer action on the budget because they don't know where they sit financially. And the mayor hasn't gotten the information to them, to basically the council members, for them to be able to make a decision. That is literally what we were talking about in the meeting, where the young lady said, hey, you should have thought about that because you didn't give us the information we need. A day after walking out on a village board meeting, that's what we just saw, four Dalton trustees at odds with Mayor Tiffany Henyard held a special meeting Tuesday to approve a tentative tax levy and talk about a village that remains divided. We've got all kinds of stuff going on here. You got literally the FBI is involved. They were involved several months ago. You're looking into what's going on here. What do we got going on? The actual council they don't have the information from the mayor. There's charges going back and forth. You've just got all kinds of perceived shenanigans, alleged shenanigans, right? Meeting at a Dalton Park District facility with about 24 residents attending, the trustees, this is their separate meeting, the trustees said they are trying to be good stewards of taxpayer money, but are being kept in the dark about the true state of village finances. The trustee, Jason House, selected to lead the meeting, told resident trustees were not supplied with sufficient information about agenda items to be acted on at Monday's meeting, and said the information they received came late. Here you go. Here it is. It's right before the meeting. You can't do anything with that. This is what folks are talking about. That led to the majority of 6 trustees voting to adjourn the meeting and leaving 4 out of 6. Although Henyard continued the meeting in their absence. Went on for almost another hour, just talking about stuff. At Tuesday's meeting, House and trustees Kiana Belcher, Tammy Brown, Brittany Norwood, and village clerk Allison Key discussed approving minutes of past meetings, paying bills, and setting a tax levy for the coming year. The estimated levy of $14.8 million is down from a proposed levy of $15.9 million, which would have represented an increase of 5% from the 2022 levy for property taxes collected in that last year. Adopting the levy is one of the most important things we do as a board, Norwood said. But they weren't able to do that because they didn't have the information to make a decision. And this has been going on repeatedly, just continually. And there's speculation out there. People think, the books are cooked. What's going on? She's willing to spend XYZ on an SUV that she rented. It was $100 and something thousand. I mean, just some decisions, not some financial decisions, flying first class to Vegas, her denying that, Vegas is a thing. Trustees held off on approving the village's budget, with Belcher saying that she is not comfortable with the numbers being presented. Here's why. The numbers are fictitious, inflated, not realistic. Tell us how you really feel. The numbers are fictitious. They're making them up. Mayor's office is making them up. That's what this individual is saying. I don't know what the actual reality is, but we seem to have a pattern of shenanigans going on here, don't we? Just like, what are you doing? What's going on here? The village's fiscal year began May 1st, and trustees this summer had considered a tentative spending plan, but nothing was formally approved, House said. The trustees did approve the payroll and some bills, but held off on approval of some items, including legal expenses and bills for tree trimming. They said they've been asked at village board meetings to approve bills for expenses they were not aware of and for contracts they did not approve. This is all kind of part and parcel of how this village is being run under the supermayor. She is kind of ruling with an iron fist. You heard the way that she talked to her fellow village council members, supervisors, whatever, trustees, I guess it is. You heard how derogatory she was, just how condescending she was. And just kind of looking down her nose at these people that are her peers. She happens to be the mayor, yes, but her constituents voted her into office. And now a lot of folks are thinking, this isn't really working out all that well. Where is the village of Dalton? It's South Chicago. South Chicago. These special meetings are required because we are not getting the information due to us to make the best financial decisions, Belcher said. Doesn't have the information to do what they need to do. House and other trustees said notice of the special meeting was posted Sunday ahead of the regular Monday meeting, and that all village board members were notified by email. Henyard, the mayor, did not attend the special meeting, nor did trustees Stanley Brown and Andrew Holmes. And I am guessing those are the two, just by process of elimination, they're the two that did not walk out of the council meeting, the original council meeting that we just watched. They're the 2 out of the 6 that stayed. They are loyal to the mayor, probably her backers, whatever. Village board meetings have led to lengthy discussions about issues such as what vendors are being hired for work and the state of village finances. because you've got such a deficit. The village has been run into the ground, some would say. House said recent financial reports received by trustees show a deficit approaching $7 million. Got some explaining to do, right? Some mansplaining. Somebody needs to explain what is going on. Dalton is still a town divided, unfortunately, House said of the relationship among trustees and village administration. We really need for our community to move forward. Yeah, you do, but you can't do it when you're not getting the information. You've got a massive budget shortage, and you don't really know why, right? Because you don't have all the information to make the right decisions on, hey, where is this money being spent? So there's all kinds of conjecture. At board meetings, when we ask questions, there's a lot of tension and anger that has necessitated special meetings, he said. So they're doing these special meetings basically to circumvent the real meetings. If issues could be hashed out at regularly scheduled meetings, that would be easier for the residents, the board, and for the community as a whole, he said. Henyard did not immediately respond to messages on Wednesday. Village Administrator Keith Freeman, accompanied by a uniformed Dalton police officer, came into Tuesday's meeting after it was underway. Freeman said in an email sent Sunday to the village board regarding the levy was a precursor to a more thorough outline, which the board is scheduled to vote on at its December 26th meeting. You have a board meeting on December 26th? Really? Day after Christmas? That's not good planning. Freeman said his working relationship with the trustees at the special meeting has been contentious at best, but that I think for the most part, I've been respectful to all of you. Okay. So this is an ongoing saga. That's what you got going on here. I think you've got a mayor that's had her hand in the cookie jar, allegedly. That's what it looks like. That's what all the stories are coming out. And the video that I covered was Nate the lawyer, and he had some amazing points on. Yeah, this is some pretty questionable, pretty sketchy stuff going on coming out of the village of Dalton. What is really going on here? I think you've got a rogue mayor, and she's basically operating autonomously, just kind of doing her own thing. Clearly, as you can see in the footage, when everybody's just getting up and leaving. Because, hey, somebody called the meetings adjourned, and you had a majority, you had 4 people, and they're like, yep, we're out of here. We're done. And they're supposed to be getting a bunch of this business taken care of. That's what these meetings are for. So let's go back to there's an FBI probe that is, we think it's ongoing. Of course, the FBI never says whether it's yes, it's happening, or no, it's not, because they just don't comment. But the news outlets that have checked in with the FBI saying, hey, back in June of 2023, there's this probe going on into this. So I kind of wonder if the books just aren't being cooked here from the standpoint of, there's a bunch of pressure happening here. Here's what we're going to do. Don't know. It's all conjecture at this point in time, right? Because literally your trustees from this village, they're not getting enough information to make decisions. Or when they do get the information, like we just saw, they're getting it late, and it's basically just put it in their laps at the last minute. Let's call a vote on this topic. Let's just throw out a vote and see what happens. Not a good way to be running your government. Not a good way to be running it all. But that is why we're covering this, because we've got a politician here. We've got the mayor who, she's got some stuff going on. There's some questionable activities at best. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. Stick with me, because I will cover this topic as this topic unfolds, and guaranteed it will. All right, that's it for me. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye for now.